All right, section 7.1, we're going to talk about area between two curves. So what we need to do is we need to look at the graph of these two curves, these two functions, and the key here is we need to decide which one's on top. Because to find the area between these two curves, we need to integrate from one x value to the other, and we need to pay attention to what x values sort of bound or delineate this area. In this case, it's the intersections of these two graphs. So we want to integrate from here, the x value of A to the x value of B, and we want to do the top curve minus the bottom curve. All right. At any specific x value, that will give us the height, or the difference in the heights of those functions. All right, so simply we're going to integrate from a to b. In this case, g of x is the top curve and f of x is the bottom curve. G of x minus f of x to find that total area between those two curves. All right, so our first example, we're going to find the area bounded by these four equations. Notice there's four equations here. Sometimes there will be four. I have two functions, and then I have x values. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to graph this situation, these four equations, and see what area it is that we're talking about. What area is bounded by these four functions. So I do that. I have a quadratic here with a y-intercept of 2, opens upward, and I have a linear here with a slope of -1. Okay, so here's my x squared plus 2, and here's my y equals -x. There. And then x equals 0 is here, and x equals 1 is here. So it's this area that I'm trying to find. This is the area bounded by these four equations. Okay, so I can see here very clearly now that I have it graphed. X squared plus 2 is on top, -x is on bottom. So I'm going to simply integrate from 0 to 1 of x squared plus 2 minus -x. I simplify that a little bit. You can see I made this a plus x. And then I find the antiderivatives. I evaluate those at 1 and at 0, and I subtract, and the arithmetic works out to 17/6 square units. So as you're going to see, we use our calculator pretty heavily when we're doing a lot of the Chapter 7 stuff, a lot of the Chapter 7 material, but we need to also be able to, particularly with simple examples like this, also be able to do these without calculator and understand the concept and remember our antiderivatives and all that stuff is still going to come into play here.